What's up? Guys, today's gonna be so incredibly unstructured, as if anything I ever fucking do is ever structured. It's just today I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna rank my childhood crushes. And then I was like, I don't wanna fucking do that. I might do that at some point. But things are insane right now. One, I live in America, so you could watch this video at any fucking point and be like, right. So I'm really not feeling in a mood to like do anything other than just vibe, right? I just want to vibe. I just thought I'd tell a story. So my first job, it kind of is two things, right? My first job was two things. My first job, in a sense, was the Renaissance Festival, okay? The Colorado Renaissance Festival. And also, in a sense, was the grocery store Albertsons. So I went to a performing arts high school, hence why, you get the vibe. Annoying, loud, doing too much with my face and hands, weird newscaster voice, what's going on here. I auditioned for the Renaissance Festival, and I know what you might be thinking. You have to do that? Yes, you do. It's a role, right? I'm auditioning for a role. And I didn't want to be like working at a food stand, right? I wanted to be like a pretty princess who gets to walk around and be like, So I went to this audition with my mommy, okay? My mommy took me, she drove me all the way to Larkspur, Colorado. I had to prepare a monologue, and that was it. I pull up in the Sri Lanka, pull up in the Larkspur, okay? I get out. I'm looking probably awful. I was obsessed with bronzer, and I had no idea how to do my makeup, but I was wearing a lot of it. Who can relate? And I'm doing a monologue from the Duchess of Malfi. Fun fact, had never read the Duchess of Malfi, but I needed a classical monologue because, they're walking around saying like thee and thou. So they need to know that you can say thee and thou in like several sentences. And as an actor, I've been training for this my whole fucking life, right? So I get in there and I do my monologue, and they're like, oh my God, she's the best fucking 15-year-old actress we've ever seen. And I was like, I know, okay? They were like, can you do any accents? And I said, can I do any accents? Mama, is the sky blue? Are there forks in the kitchen? Of course I can do accents. And they're like, okay, what can you do? And I was like, I can do British. I can do Scottish. I can do Irish. Here's the thing, though. I can't really. I could do like a person doing an offensive Irish accent, right? But I can't do like a real Irish accent. But this was my key in to the Renaissance Festival, right? So they said, oh my God, please do the Irish accent. So this is where Performing Arts High School comes in. So during my time at Performing Arts High School, we were in our Irish playwrights era, lesson, session, subject. We were talking about Irish people. We also had we were doing dialects at the time, and one of our dialects was Irish. So we're learning how to do Irish dialects. However, the person teaching us how to do Irish dialects cannot do an Irish dialect. So we're eating that shit up, right? And we're spewing it back out, and we're sounding terrible. We sound nothing like Irish people. So I get in there for my Renaissance Festival audition. They say, do the Irish accent. I say, that one you don't want me to do British? They said, we want that one. And I said, I'm killing myself tonight. So I do an Irish accent. And wouldn't you know it, they're eating it the fuck up. You wanted me to do it right now? Oh boy, I'll do it. So usually when actors are doing an accent, they have like a word or phrase that helps them get into the accent. The phrase that we used for Irish was this. Shut it right out of your mouth. Do you know what I just said? Shut it right out of your mouth. Okay, everybody now. Shut it right out of your mouth. Do you know a fucking Irish person that talks like that? I sure as fuck don't. But that's what I thought Irish people sounded like. And apparently So did the people at the Colorado Renaissance Festival. And they said, that was incredible. Let's do some improv. Irish improv. Okay. So they're giving me a scenario, right? I'm at the fair and a little kid is like, oh my God, princess, princess. And I had to be like, oh, hello, little girl. I'm so sorry for any Irish people watching. I just need you to know that I know. Anyway, I booked it. I got the job. We did it. We did it, Joe. We booked the Irish accent job. So then I got hired to play the Irish prince's niece. And I wish I was joking. They are very particular about the ranking system, right? So it's like king, queen, prince, princess, Irish prince, you know, duke and duchess, baron, baroness. I mean, we're going historical with it, right? Which is great, and that's fun. It's all about the immersion. However, I didn't realize that it was pretty fucking serious. Like, they take this shit very seriously. And like, this is your job. Like, this is people's jobs, right? Like, they travel from festival to festival, and like, this is what they do. And so who am I to step in, a stupid 15-year-old who can barely do a fucking Irish accent, and be like, this is weird? It's not weird. I was weird for even assuming for 0.5 seconds that it was weird. So like, during the parade, the prince, the princess, the king and queen are in the carriage, right? So they get to not have to walk. But everybody else, even though you're in the royal court, you have to walk, which is fine, except for the fact that it is uphill both ways. And I'm in 400 layers of clothing, right? And I got a hoop skirt that is not secured. So I'm tripping every 7 seconds, right? But the only reason I could walk further up in the parade is because I was the Irish prince's niece. Now, if there's any moment where the Irish prince is not there, I get booted. And I was like, I didn't think I would take this personally, except one time I got booted to the back. Booted to the back. Booted to the back. Yeah. Okay, not the very back, but like four couples away from the back. And I'm like, do you not know who I am? I'm the Irish prince's niece. I'm the Irish prince's niece. Initially, I did not think I was getting paid for that job. I thought, I'm just going to have fun for a summer, right? It's 2 months. It's 2 months in blistering Colorado dry heat. I'm going to have fun and I get to dress up like a princess. But then they were like, we're going to pay you money. Do I remember how much it was? Absolutely not. But it's like more than $100. And to me, I'm like, ka-ching! I'm Scrooge McDuck. Simultaneously, I get a job at Albertsons. Albertsons is a grocery store, and most of them were replaced with like a Rite Aid or other places. Albertsons had the ugliest fucking uniforms I've ever seen. It is a lime green polo that is huge, right? So if you think I'm going to show up to work looking flattering, you're far fucking mistaken, you idiot. Then you have to wear black pants, black shoes, black belt, hair out of your face. And I'm like, okay, I'm ugly and I've always been ugly. And this just proves it. So at my interview, I'm 14, 15 years old, right? I'm in there and they're like, so what do you do? Where do you go to school? I'm like, oh, well, I go to like an arts high school and I have auditions and I like to do plays and musicals. And sometimes I might have to call out of work or give you guys days off in advance because I'll be doing shows. I loved that excuse, by the way. I love being like, I can't. I have a show. I was a pain in the fucking ass. And so for my first day at Albertsons, they told me, go outside and collect the carts. Now, normally at like a Target or a Walmart or one of these other grocery stores, you have like a electric thing that you can hook the carts onto and it helps you push them inside. Not at Albertsons. At Albertsons, we had a rope and a hook. So what you do is you corral the fucking shopping carts, and you have to direct 30 shopping carts in and out at all fucking times. Here's the thing. They had me go and do that outside in the middle of summer for 3 hours. And no one came and got me. So by 2 hours and 45 minutes, I get my phone out and I'm calling my mom, but I'm worried that they'll be like, you're not working, you're just on your phone. So I have my phone and I'm roping and hooking fucking carts, and I'm like, Mom, it's so hot out here and no one has come to get me, and I don't know if I need to get a break, and I don't know, I'm new. I get called into the fucking office and they were like, so we saw that you were on your phone. Yeah, I was on my phone. Yeah, I was on my phone calling my mommy because I don't know what I'm doing, and you didn't come outside to get me, and you didn't have anyone take over, and I was outside in the sweltering heat in an ugly fucking lime polo. So screw you. I said, yeah, I was out there for 3 hours, 3+ hours, and no one came to get me. And I didn't know if that was something I needed to do, or maybe I was done and I needed to come inside and people forgot about me. And they go, you're not allowed to be on your phone. Like I was fucking texting, right? Like I pulled out my Zune and I was like, who wants to listen to a song? Excuse me? Eventually, I proved that I was incredible at customer service. This is a joke. I'm getting in trouble so fucking much, and I don't even know what I'm doing, right? I'm doing everything they're telling me to do, and I'm doing it to the best of my ability. They call me into the office, and they go, hey, we just want to let you know you're not really smiling enough. And it's really important that you smile. Meanwhile, every one of my coworkers is 75,000 years old and they don't even want to fucking be there. They're frowning. They don't even have the muscles in their face. They don't have the ability to smile anymore. Eventually, for some reason, they promoted me. They promoted me to sample girl, okay? And sample girl is girl who stands behind table and sets up samples for people to ignore. They told me they put me on this new position because I'm an actor and I must love to talk to people. Who said that? Who said that? So one of my favorite interactions is it's like 4th of July weekend or something, and I'm selling chips, guacamole, and salsa. Chips, guacamole, and salsa. Just want that to get into everyone's skulls real quick, okay? Guacamole green, salsa red. I have my table set up. I have my samples set up. I have a trash can, right? Like a tiny, one of those mini trash cans set right in front of my little booth, right? So people can throw away their cup or their napkin after they're done having the sample. This lady comes up and she goes, what's the difference between these two? Guacamole and salsa. She goes, what's the difference between these two? I go, oh, okay, well, one is guacamole and one is salsa. And she goes, okay. You asked, bitch, I'm sorry. She goes, what's the difference? And I go, well, this one is avocados and this one is tomato and pepper and onion. She goes, oh, okay. Takes a chip, scoops into the guacamole, and goes, I make better. So you knew it was guacamole. You knew what the difference was because you make it yourself and you didn't think ours was very good. Then, so it's in a little cup, right? A little paper cup, the chip and like a little guacamole. She goes to throw it away, throws it away, kicks the mini trash can over. And as she's walking away, she goes, and I shit you not, looks like someone kicked over your trash can. My other favorite fun fact about working at Albertsons is that I lived maybe 4 minutes away from the grocery store, right? Well, my mom has to drive me because it's short enough to drive, but not long enough to walk. And I didn't want to walk. And every day before I went to that job, I cried. I cried every single day before I went to my job at Albertsons. And then I quit. Guys, I don't know what this was. I don't know who I am and who the fuck are you? This is really fun, though. I like just doing this and kind of talking about nothing and talking about everything at the same time because everything is interconnected. Everyone say, love you, Halson. Everyone say, love you, Sarah. And this is where I say that I love you. You're the butter to my bread, the breath to my life. I love you, darling girl. That's it. Video's over. Everyone get. You don't gotta go home, but you gotta get the hell out of here. Okay, love you.